Welcome back! Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad.
To drag out horse.
No. Okay.
But what did you mean by migrates? It moves in different years?
It goes to the south. Hair starts moving south.
Whoa.
It's a thing.
I thought you were going to say like one summer it's like on your chest, the next it's on your back.
No, actually, I only got like a patch on my back.
Have you got any out of your nose yet? Like out the top?
No, I tell you what's the worst is the fucking ears.
Yeah.
I've got it on the ears, man. I would get lasered on the ears.
Just because in the ears or
fucking.
Oh yeah, you
this episode.
I had to
This
shave
episode's too late, but you can go on Amazon right now. Black Friday, they have at-home laser hair removal for $60. That's right, $60.
We should do that on the Patreon.
We should do what on the Patreon?
Do full hair removal.
Wait, so will hair removal our Patreon people?
No, each other.
You want to do a video of us doing hair removal on each other?
Yeah.
I'm
in.
Okay, yes.
I'm in.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Wait, Johnson? Yeah. I'm back in. Okay, I'll do it. But the thing is, like, I'm already pretty smooth. Have you ever gotten it done before?
No, I haven't.
You never gotten laser?
No, have you?
No, I've priced it though.
How much?
I mean, when I showed the girl my chest, she almost passed out.
See, our good friend,
and she was like, it would take probably 25 sessions at like $600 a session.
So our friend has a really hairy chest.
Oh yeah,
it is alarming, but
who?
Also,
Quaid?
Yeah. Our friend Quaid.
I love that you guys bring up one person all the time. Our friend is it Quaid?
Yeah.
Shout out to Quaid.
He says it is something that like is definitely like you have to like tell people.
What?
Like when it's really hairy.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything that you tell?
When you take your shirt off.
When you take your clothes off before you're having sex, do you go?
Let me explain.
Don't worry, the hair is glued on. Like, do you have anything? Do you have anything that you like reveal? Be like, don't freak out. Everyone freaks out.
Not really. I've got a mole on my ass, like a big one.
How big?
You have to
A
be like,
birthmark?
it's not
I mean,
cancer.
it's fucking
A birthmark or a mole?
It's kind of both.
Well, what would you think of that, Dylan? You'd be the one looking at it.
Well, I think whatever.
Well, I think about it.
I think however you come is beautiful. Okay. I throw up on his back.
Why is there hairs growing out of it?
Like, this is
Speaking
sad.
of laser, guys, just laser John's hairy birthmark on his ass.
It's like, did you just come? Yeah, that was cum.
It's full Mexican food. I'm like, it's cum. It's definitely cum.
There's a cream sauce from an enchilada dripping down my ass cheeks.
I will say that throw up is one of those things that if I see it, hear it, or smell it, I'll also throw up.
Oh, you got one of a gag reflex, if you will.
That's what my dad.
Not all of those.
My dad. My dad would do that too. It's actually how like my dad is like this. The narrative is he never helped change the diapers of the babies. He has 4 kids because he had a gag reflex. Well, he's like, well, I was gonna throw up, so he just never did it because he might throw up.
Well, that's a bad dad.
What an excuse.
Well, Dad,
Why didn't I come up with that?
come on this podcast and defend yourself.
We should have your dad back on.
We had it. I don't know why. It
started raining.
It started raining.
We were in the green room.
Podcast. That's our.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you out of your mind right now?
Did you just go psh in the middle of a fucking speech?
Yeah, I did.
I was talking
I muted
about
my mic.
I was talking about my dad, Trevor. Oh, that's the thing I was going to say. Every time we talk about what's going on with us, Trevor goes, "Oh, I came from a loving family."
And not every time, but majority of the time.
But he still gets on stage.
Yeah. I'm
what
crazy.
do you think about that? Do you think it's a lie?
No, I think you can have a loving family and still have trauma.
Thank you. Wait, where are you from? I don't know how to judge how you answered that.
That's a fucking great question. What trauma do you have? I mean, his
I have
life
some good
is
stuff.
not going well, and he keeps on going, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I know one.
Do you?
Yeah.
What is
I
it?
know one too.
One of your
Okay.
friends drowned in front of you.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
That's a deep trauma.
In high school, right?
Yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah, that'll
That'll
get
get
you
you.
on stage.
God, let me tell
for
you something about
sure.
Trevor. I know him pretty well. He's really fucked up.
Yeah, actually, and now,
Like, he's really bad. Like,
now
it's
that
bad.
Now that I said that on this podcast, he was like, as you already said it.
Okay.
Just because your parents didn't hurt you doesn't mean your life is good.
Yeah.
His life's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Just so you know, they're gonna come for you next. So
No,
let me
we're
get it
not.
out.
Oh,
No,
here's
we're
the
not.
thing.
But
here's the thing. Come away.
Also, I'm just gonna say by general demeanor, like I'm sure, were you hit as a kid?
Multiple.
Yeah, like he can take some
Like-
hit. I looked at the beard, the no hair. I go, this guy's been hit. Okay,
In which month of which
Yeah.
year do you want to know which lashes I took?
lashes is exactly
Okay.
what I thought.
Wait, you
yeah.
got hit with weapons?
Oh, I got hit with fucking everything.
Wait, were they?
I've been hit with
was
phone
it-
books. I've been pistol whipped. I've been hit with
Okay,
fucking
but did you
fiberglass
have
rods,
pistol
extension cords, belts, fists, canes.
Did they? Any
This
of
is
them
just
have
the story
like
you're telling
the
yourself.
name? Because my dad always tells stories of like his dad had like a specific belt or a specific like paddle. So it was like you just fucked up. You need to go get that. So he would make my dad go get whatever tool it was that he was going to be beaten with.
So I got one for you. My stepdad was he was disabled, but he was
What kind?
what
What
kind
It
is that?
just like crooked toes.
back. It was back. It's the hardest one to prove. So that's what he would go with. But this is my third stepdad. Or no, this is my second stepdad. Fucking Randy. He was a carpenter, and he went to his shed and made a paddle to beat
my.
me with.
Whoa.
And
That's
then
crazy.
he broke the paddle over my back.
Oh my god.
So afterwards, I called him a shitty carpenter.
Oh.
I love that. I love the kids who get hit but still haven't learned to stop talking.
Yeah.
He was like, I wonder why the paddle broke. I'm like, I think you need to go back to carpentry school.
That's so
Whoa.
funny. He's like, no, it was pine. I imagine the guy sanding, and then what a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Because that person is. I won't give up my Saturdays to like support my husband's flag football team, but this man is creating.
Oh, he drilled holes in it. Like he was trying to get the most aerodynamic thrust.
Oh my God. Whoa,
Like he
isn't-
was in there fucking on the design board trying to figure out something to beat the kids with.
But isn't
Now, what
that
did
the
you do?
plot to Dazed
get
and
to that.
Confused? Dazed and Confused, isn't that the plot
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that? Aren't they all like building little rods to beat up freshmen with?
I think so. I think Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
right? He beats people with a paddle.
He's so fucking hot.
I would let him be too aggressive with me.
Oh my god, with that Boston accent, I'd be like, choke me the fuck out.
Yeah, except unless he was like, the only thing I wouldn't say is that he was like, tell me I was the perfect Batman. I was like, you should have never been cast. You should have never been cast. Choke me, bitch.
You're just doing your best Joker.
The big
You shouldn't have been cast.
Oh, that's great.
Now the bomb is buried.
Where the biggest riddle of the ball is, when did I come, Batman? When did I come? Not where, but when.
Was it twice on Tuesday or thrice on Thursday?
Batman, you don't get this, Ben. This is why you should have never been cast, Ben. So, welcome back. This is Some of This Is Bad. I'm Colton.
I'm Dylan.
And today we have a guest that has gone from producing one of the biggest comedy festivals in the world to opening for Big Jay Oakerson. Jon Carden, is it hard work or did you find the missing ingredient?
I fucking hate you. Oh, I did nothing. I just rode people's coattails.
Hell yeah.
I just rode the coattails of others. Hillary Hudson,
Yeah.
followed her. She did great things with Big Pine. I just I was like feet on the ground. Just like whatever she needed, I helped out. And then when it comes to Big J, I just did really well. And he lets me go with him.
That's awesome. I feel like you're one of those comics that is more precise than it feels. Does that make sense? I feel like I was watching you because you just had me open for you in San Antonio. Thank you very much. Watching you was like watching. Because whenever I watch you, what a dumb question, guys. Also, I have a confession to make.
Okay.
Are you on
I'm
Kratom?
back on Kratom.
Oh my god, no. Colton, please.
Guys.
He's been off Kratom for a week and he's back on. He
Oh,
relapsed
man.
on
I
Kratom.
relapsed on Kratom, and I just want to say
I'm smoking weed every day.
it's not good. Don't do it, kids. It makes you dumb.
Should I do it too?
Oh, please do
Should
I
not.
Kratom?
I can't. We cannot have 2 addicts on the podcast?
Honey, we already do.
It makes you forgetful.
Okay, great. Oh, yeah.
You got 3 right now.
Yeah.
Remember the early 2000s when women were wearing large sunglasses to cover their faces?
Yeah, they were huge. I actually hated that. They always wore their strappy spaghettis. Women looked like shit in 2003.
Who?
Women.
That's exactly right. What was your point?
I was gonna say, what year did Caitlyn Jenner win? I think they were probably looking like shit that year too.
But she looked incrable when she first in that first
Oh
Vogue
yeah,
thing.
she did look good.
She looked great. I mean, she's a psycho.
But no, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
did you guys ever hear about the story
you
where
imagine?
the dude sued his wife because she gave him ugly kids?
Yes.
This was a real story.
Yes,
I
this
think
was
it
a while
like
ago, yeah.
like an Asian wife, maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
and like
yeah.
when he met her, she did not look like what she did 5 years ago. She had tons of fucking work done. She looked literally completely different. Looks like just like that chick. 0 to 10, but maxillofacial surgeries.
Yeah.
I like
And
that
then
you
had
said
3
0 to
kids,
10 because
or
it
2
sounds
kids.
so much like a car. We're going 0 to 10. I mean, it's not fast, but it's still pretty good.
Did he win?
I think he did win.
It's
Like, I
pretty
have to look up the
deceptive.
case. But
look it up.
it's
We don't really know law
it was
here.
because the kids were so ugly.
But no, but
I thought that was so fucking funny.
I think that it has to be like she had to go like there has to be record of her being like, listen, I literally no work done. Like your kids
But
are
even
gonna
then,
be
that's not
beautiful.
illegal.
All right, here's the headline. Chinese man sues wife for being ugly. Wins $120,000.
But that's in China, so things are
Oh,
different there.
Wait. Is it in China or America?
I know you can't really see it that
In
well.
America, this would get tossed out.
No, it's in China.
Okay, I don't know Chinese
Dylan, your
law,
phone's
though.
vibrating into
I
the mic.
feel
I
like
feel like the woman's at a disadvantage now, and I feel like I just opened up a whole different can of worms when it comes to
No,
fucking
focus
Chinese.
on the children. The children are the ones that got screwed over the most, not
Why?
the guy. Because they inherited her genetics. Oh, now I feel terrible. Yeah.
No.
what?
Okay, also, it could be his.
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you see the picture?
How ugly? No, wait. Show me the
You-
picture again.
You got to look at the picture.
Oh, that's hard.
That's a big difference.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't. There's okay.
If your kids come out missing
the
ears,
plastic
you'd be like,
surgery
hey, how
that
did you get
goes
ears?
on in Asian countries right now, I'm like maybe Lizzo's right. You know, maybe-
Natural is beauty. Is that what she said?
No, I don't. Oh, well, is that what she says?
I don't know.
Then no, that's not
do
what I
I
meant.
look like I know what Lizzo says?
You actually could
You-
have that.
You
look.
actually-
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I could see you dating Lizzo.
Ooh, yeah, I probably would.
One of those guys.
Successful.
I could see you dating Lizzo. Like you started off as her bodyguard, but then you got into her
You guys, like, fell in
bodyguard.
love.
I don't know. I mean, my girl's she's not small, but Lizzo is different because like Lizzo, like for me, what I think sexy is improvement. I know it's a weird thing to say, but I think trying to make yourself better is fucking. It's hot. It really is, and that's what I'm into. And my girlfriend, she lost fucking 250 pounds. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be hard to top that for me. You
How
know,
much
so if
did you-
Lizzo, if I see Lizzo being like, big is beautiful and she's eating fucking 6 quarter-pounders and hitting the Golden Corral,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, yeah, but healthy's cool too.
Yeah.
250. How much did you lose?
Well, I was over 400, and then
See, my girlfriend was too.
Yeah, and then I lost. I mean, during the pandemic, I got down to like 200. So, but I don't know where I'm at now because I don't weigh myself because I have eating issues. So I'll go crazy if I see
My
the
guess.
number.
I could guess. Do you want me to guess?
Yeah, sure.
220.
No, right now?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because that would mean that I'm like 200 pounds, and I think I'm way bit heavier than 200 pounds.
I said 220.
that I weigh 220.
Yeah.
Oh, I would guess like 280.
Yo, can we pick
Do
you
we
up?
have a scale?
No, no. No scale.
We'll pick you up.
Wait, so you were a youth pastor?
Also, how tall is your girlfriend?
She's like 5'11".
Phew. I mean, I was over 400 and I was 6'5". I was 5'11". That's big.
Yeah, she.
Good for her, though.
There's no one up in that trauma either. Like because there is.
Tell him.
Yeah, there is no. Like, I'm like, yeah, my stepdad put cigarettes out on me, and she's like, I couldn't fit in a fucking car.
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
You're right. That's way worse.
Yeah, I do
having to
watch-
walk at 400 pounds.
I watched those two sisters on whatever that show that
They
was.
make me sick.
Oh, God,
me
they
too,
do,
but
me
like,
too.
I just
Tammy
love
just got married.
Yep.
the
To another dude in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's so big he can't walk either.
I hate that I know this.
I just love the confidence because, like, you know, I'll be like, oh, I'm not allowed to talk today because I look a little tired. They'll straight up be like, you're a fucking moron. Now put me in the van.
Oh my god. Well, you know that my senior year I got kicked off of a ride at Six Flags.
Mid
Because you were
ride.
too big?
Yeah.
That's traumatic.
And then, no, you want to hear what's really traumatic? When I was 21, I had meningitis, and that was at my heaviest, like 400 pounds. And I went to an old hospital, and they actually had to transport me to a different hospital because they said if I sat on the toilets, they'd rip off the wall. So it was a liability to treat me there.
wow. A whole hospital fat shamed you.
Yeah, they're like, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
The
Damn.
toilet was the issue.
Damn,
bring
they're
you
like,
there.
the toilets will not take this.
I think
What
it's
is-
the
what is
janitor being like,
meningitis?
"Hey, I'm tired of cleaning up after
What
these
a way
people."
to tell a big person. What a thing to tell a big person. You know what
My-
I mean?
my
Like,
dad's
actually,
like-
the toilets aren't rated for you. Okay? They're only rated up to about 385.
I remember my dad he goes, Jesus Christ, you had to say it in front of him? I was like,
Yeah, say that
I know,
outside.
you could have just said we can't treat you here. We're sending you to BMC. I wasn't gonna like ask questions. I had like, 105 fever.
Why?
Right?
The toilets.
Oh my god.
Why? It's icky.
I know. I want to write a joke about it, but every time I say that fact, people get really sad and somber and like look at me like, "Wow, that's bad."
People are-
I do. I think it's funny.
That's funny.
I just can you imagine having to tell doctor this kid is fucking huge. You don't think you'll be able to treat him? No, it's the toilets, Mary. The
Like, what I think's funny is the phone call, because you know there had to be a phone call made to the other hospital.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? And they got to call and be like, "Hey, so how strong are your toilets?"
In their defense, this was like a vintage hospital. It
Was it like a boutique?
Yeah, it was a boutique hospital. It was.
What do you
For the
mean?
Civil
It
War.
was, it was like basically a castle.
So it's a psych ward.
Where'd you live? Romania?
In the Berkshires in Massachusetts. So it has like all these like old buildings.
The
Okay, it
Berkshires.
sounds like one
We
of those.
lived in the Berkshires.
What's the guy that's the gay dude who makes all the American history stories?
I don't know that.
American horror stories.
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
It sounds
Ryan
like
Murphy.
Ryan Murphy. It sounds
Good job. Thank
Your toilet experience sounds like a Ryan Murphy
Thank
movie.
you so much.
Yeah, that's traumatic.
Thank you.
That is.
I love being a victim. It's my favorite thing.
Oh,
Never be a victim.
No,
always
always.
be an underdog.
Whoa.
Jon Carden. Put that in your fucking
deep.
lunchbox,
Who's Jon
folks.
Carden?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to discover him.
Oh my god. I don't remember people's last names. We're actually working on a joke right now that I don't remember anyone's name.
Remember when you said your own name on a podcast? Like,
know
yeah,
what's
that'd be a bit of a cunt.
yeah.
Just
But
be-
who is that? Like,
but-
who are you fucking saying
Wait,
about?
just to be clear, just so we're on the same page, I have told many people this. I was having sex with someone pretty regularly for 4 years and did not know his name because I could not remember it. And that's 4 years. I think I have something mentally. I was in a car accident once. I think that happened. I think that affected my
Okay,
brain.
I actually wrote this question down.
Okay.
Dylan. Question
Hi,
for
John.
Dylan. Are you okay with being wrong?
Yeah.
Are you?
Wrong?
Yeah. Are you okay with being wrong?
Yeah, wrong about what?
No, I don't. That's the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually am.
You're open to just, failing?
Well, not failing and being wrong are two different things.
No?
Yeah, I would agree
Yeah.
that failing and being wrong are two different things.
No.
Yeah, two completely different things.
No, because
Uh-oh.
you thought you set yourself up
Who'd
for
you write that
success. But guess
question
what?
for,
You're
Coleman?
wrong. You didn't. You failed.
Yeah, but being wrong doesn't necessarily imply that I failed.
Agreed.
I can be wrong and still succeed. Look at Kanye.
No, his music is so right. Kanye's music is good.
I'm just saying, like, you can be wrong
Did
and
you
still
guys get
succeed. Look at
sad
Alex
about-
Jones. Alex Jones is wrong all the fucking time. Still pretty fucking successful.
But it's what
Yeah.
he's right about. What he's right about is that people love fear. and people will click on fear. So what he is right about is he's right. It doesn't matter what. I just want you to.
But he's wrong about how he's right.
I was learning Arabic, and I was
Can we
like,
agree with that?
I was hitting all the wrong answers. I was like, I wonder if Dylan would be okay with being wrong. I was on Duolingo. That's where that question came
I've
from.
been wrong my whole life.
Wow.
I'm wrong about everything.
That was deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And guess
That
what?
was deep.
I always get back up and I learn more. Okay, and I'm always striving.
'cause
I'm
you're an
always
underdog.
striving to be
This
right.
is turning into a self-help podcast.
Yeah.
Real fucking
It
quick.
is
No,
self-help.
it actually started as a self-help podcast. We just didn't really know how to get there. So we invited our friends on to, hey, can you help us?
Yeah, what's bad about you?
Where do you want to fucking start?
The beginning.
Jesus. All right,
Jesus.
let's start with, I guess, my dad being a Coke salesman.
Whoa.
My dad snitched on his best friend, and that's something I had to live with
Whoa.
my whole life. It happened like right around the time I was a baby. The DEA caught my dad with apparently a fuck ton of Coke, and they gave him the option that you could take a video camera into your best friend's house, or we can take your son and throw him in a fucking facility and you'll never see him again. So my dad made the decision, took a video camera to his best friend's house, dude named Steve, which was also my dad's name, and went into the house, camcorded everything, put it to the DEA, and they locked the dude up for 40 years. Or no, 30-something years. He got out, became a preacher right after my dad died.
Whoa.
Did you forgive him?
I don't know. I don't know to this day.
You don't talk to him?
I haven't. No, not the dude my dad snitched on. And my dad died when I was 14.
Damn. We should reach out to that guy.
So, he's dead.
Whoa.
The preacher?
Yeah, he died. He died a couple years ago.
Wait, so that weighed on you a bit, or was it just? In your
It was just a weird
subconscious?
thing to
Yeah.
know. You know what I
When
mean?
did you
Growing up
find
how
out?
I grew up pretty like rough and poor. So the idea of snitching on someone and sending someone to jail for something that you're doing too was immoral to me. And the thought of that really that plagued me with the ethics and ethos I had at the time.
Where did you
Right.
grow
But
up?
as a father now,
Right.
is someone that understands, the importance of being there and the what a fatherless home can do to a child. Someone sees that, I get it a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you said that, I didn't cry, but I was like, that is the most your dad obviously knew not to snitch, but he loved you so much he gave his only begotten son.
and whoever should believe with him shall raise their right hand for the DEA
Yeah.
and swear eternal honesty.
That's exactly right.
My dad would not do that. My dad would absolutely. We would have been in facilities. My
Yeah.
dad's all about loyalty to your friends, and that's the number one thing in your life. Is he loves us and he would protect us, but he'd be like they are with their mom. He'd be like they're fine.
I wasn't okay with my mom, so I get why my dad did it. I wasn't. My mom, she lived by the seat of her pants, and she's super codependent.
Mentally ill.
I would say borderline personality disorder, possibly bipolar, if I'm looking back and really analyzing shit. But there was just things she would get into a relationship, and then that's when the drugs started rolling, and she would numb herself from the horrors of the relationship, and then would kind of hit the light eventually and leave, and then just go repeat the cycle with 5 different dudes at the same time, then meet one of them, want to stay with them, and then just do the same thing all over again.
Was there a stepdad that you liked the most?
I would say my second stepdad, the one that got me when I was a kid, my little brother's dad. He was probably the best to us, but I'd seen him go absolutely fucking batshit.
Yeah.
I remember one of my first memories was in the trailer in Ringgold, and
Trailer in Ringgold.
Ringgold, Virginia, baby. And
I love that.
I remember him, just his eyes. His eyes got fucking crazy because he was, pissed at my mom. He's throwing cereal bowls all around, with cereal in it, and ripping the cord out of the wall, for the phone, and just crazy shit. So, I remember that. I remember, and my brother has a little bit of a temper too, but not as bad, not as crazy as his father's was. But with every stepdad, there was some sort of trauma.
Yeah.
It was impossible for it not to be, given the situation that I was living in. But yeah,
When somebody goes oh, how old are you? I have to think about where I was living So I could like do the math.
I do too.
You have to go back and be like, all right, well, this story is with Randy, and I was this age. I was sitting in this trailer, so
Yep.
I was.
Yeah,
must have been
I
10.
do remember memories based on the trailers I lived in.
Were they always in parks?
No, occasionally they were on land.
Honestly, by the way, people don't talk about this. Trailers are big.
Yeah, they're not small. If you're comparing it to a New York apartment, it's big.
Yeah. My friend Sierra had a trailer. I remember walking in being like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, and I've seen them nice. I've seen people completely fucking renovate them and make them nice. You know, it just depends on how you want to live. It's not a really costly way to live, so I completely understand it. You know, if you want to put your money elsewhere in other forms of survival, like fucking food and electricity and all those things, then yeah, a trailer makes sense.
Okay. Well, then you guys have done it. You inceptioned me. I'll get a trailer, but I have been thinking about getting one of those like really nice
Double wide?
That's an RV, honey.
No, RV.
He wants an RV.
I want an RV.
You know what I was thinking about when this podcast blows up, which I don't know if you're aware, you're about to be on like the #1 podcast in the world, but
I'm here for it.
I love that. Thank you. Okay, wow.
Okay.
I felt like you didn't believe me when I said that, and that's fine. And guess what? You'll see.
You'll see.
We should get a tour bus.
I feel attacked
We
right
should get
now.
a tour bus. No, we're not attacking you. We're attacking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, you're like, I'm bored as hell. I might. And then.
Are you a yeller?
No, I have been, and it's something that I've really worked on, where I don't raise my voice. I believe I really want to have like the calmest approach possible.
Yeah,
for sure.
To life.
Yeah, I think
Okay, as a
there's certain
regular life,
things.
I don't
There's certain
scream.
things like I've been pissed off in the past 24 fucking hours. You know what I mean? Like scathing mad
Yeah.
in the past 24 hours. But I also took space and walked away. I didn't go off. You know what I mean? I've learned that there's consequences with actions, and emotion doesn't justify action. So
Trevor.
You should see this.
Wait,
He has a really bad temper. It's like so
This
scary.
guy.
you have a bad temper?
Do you see this in here? He's destroyed it like 4 times.
Jesus.
Destroyed it.
Is that like the 5th TV?
Yeah.
6th.
That's why it's so low.
I feel like I don't scream in my regular life. So when I'm on stage or I'm doing anything, I find that like cathartic to really just like. I mean, if you guys have seen, I yell a lot.
You do, yeah.
I had like
And
2
I
years.
think in regular life I don't do it, so I like to.
He's a young yeller.
Yeah.
I feel like 2 years was screaming on stage. But yeah, it's gone away. When I'm not angry anymore internally, I don't yell on stage.
I guess I'm pretty upset. Is what you're saying?
I don't know. When I was in Portland, I was like yelling on stage all the time, and like I remember one day being like, I think I have a lot of anger in me, and one of the comics was like, you think? I was like, ew, that's not good. But I don't yell in my normal life. I did have a bad temper growing up though.
Yeah,
But it went away.
I did too. But it was more of like, there's fight or flight, right? And when you can't do either, that's when trauma is created. Whether I think there's actually flee or freeze is in there too.
I feel like freeze.
Freeze is in there with fight or flight, and
Yeah.
those are the 3 reactions.
Yeah.
And when you can't do any of those, that's when trauma really starts to fucking get crazy. I
Yeah.
know for me in my childhood, that was one of the things that looking back on, that I've realized that like not being able to fight, flight, and only freeze, it'll do shit long term.
Now, are you in therapy or is this Instagram therapy talking?
Oh, I'm in therapy.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I'm in therapy.
You know, there's some people who will talk like this, and you're like, all of a sudden, you're like, and you go to therapy? They're like, no, I've never been. I just read all this online. You're like, amazing.
I'm in therapy. I go
Yeah.
to 12 steps. I'm in Coda.
Oh, nice. You're sober.
No.
Love
but
that.
you can go to a 12-step without being sober. It's Coda. It's for codependency.
Isn't that like Al-Anon?
codependent. Yeah, but it's a little bit like less, I don't know, intense than
Yeah.
Al-Anon. It's more like, about ACA, Adult Children's of Alcoholics?
Yeah.
It's more like that.
Oh, are you codependent? I really have to work on my
Break that down for me. So you have to because what is it like going to one of those things for codependency?
You're acknowledging you're taking a lot of it's like taking responsibility. I find myself taking responsibility for different things and not placing blame. Placing blame's a hard thing for me because it was easy to blame my mom for a lot of stuff growing up, especially with the lack of control that I had as a child, right? But as an adult, is taking responsibility for the decisions I made and the responsibility that comes with that. It's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
But also just like not needing anyone and not needing someone to do things for me. Doing the hard things that I implore others to do for me.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Take care of me, and I'll take care of this, right? But really, I can take care of that.
When you were a youth pastor, would that be a thing? Like you could have kids.
I think as a youth pastor, I was literally just a fucking like a yak back. You remember those?
No.
No.
Do you remember like the talkbacks that Macaulay Culkin had in Home Alone 2, where he would talk into it?
Yeah.
And that was me with my stepdad. My stepdad would just say things to me, and then I would regurgitate that shit to the fucking while I was pastoring. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I ever really believed anything that I was saying. I was more echoing. And then putting my own spin on it too. You know what I mean? I was doing that as well. But
was it more of like an escape from your home life?
Oh yeah, and it was a way to invoke emotion. I think that's what got me into acting when I was a kid.
Wait, you were a child actor?
I acted in like a couple plays and shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were like, oh yeah, I am Macaulay Culkin.
Can I just? I do love when people have like a hard exterior. Like to me, like you are someone that I think classically looks like maybe you have a bike or a gun.
Yeah.
But then I love when you sit down and talk to them. They're like, I wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It's not a coincidence that I ended up being a comic. I've always loved being in front of people. It's just,
Yeah.
it's in the DNA. I used to watch Comic View as a kid and go up to my grandmother's country fucking beauty salon and repeat fucking bits that I heard on Comic View to old white ladies while they were getting perms.
What do you remember any of like specific
It
ones?
was just like why are they putting Braille in an ATM? A drive-through ATM don't need Braille.
Oh yeah.
That probably would have killed with your grandmother's
Actually, that
crowd.
sounds like a really good DL Hughley impression.
If he was on Comic View, then yeah. I watched the Bruce, Lavelle Crawford, fucking Gary Owen, Ricky Smiley, Roy Wood, all those dudes on Comic View back in the day.
Those are the comics I was listening to when I first got into comedy.
Yeah, I think me too a lot. Earthquake was
the first like full hour I could recite was Dave Chappelle, and I remember telling the jokes as if they were my own, and people being like, "This kid is hilarious."
I did that with Sarah Silverman's Jesus is Magic.
Okay.
I was like repeating that constantly.
for me. It was
like-
Richard Pryor live at the Sunset Strip.
Would
was
you recite his jokes as if they were your own?
No, but I would definitely skip the N word.
You,
Yeah, that's
Good
beautiful.
call.
that's beautiful.
I would. You would hear the edit like you bought a CD at Walmart.
Maybe a couple times you said it.
It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Maybe a couple times it slipped out. No,
Maybe when I was practicing and rehearsing in the
for
mirror.
sure.
Like, oh,
Not
let's cut that
one.
part
Yeah,
out. But yeah. No, Richard Pryor live at the Sunset Strip. We talked about lighting himself on fire. I think it was like, for me, that was when comedy made sense. And I'm like, oh, I get it. And like, you're talking about like the darkest parts of your life and still making people laugh.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
awesome.
I'm going through some dark shit right now and looked over at my third stepdad,
You're my trauma. I wish I was like as coherent as I am, or like I knew what I didn't. I know as a kid, whatever. I wish I knew as a kid what I don't know now, so I could just look at people
Always.
as adults and just be like, "Get your shit together, son."
Right?
Like you are causing a lot of trauma right now. Get your shit together.
That would have taken one functional person. That's all we needed in our life.
But you know
It
what, though?
was just one
Right.
functional, like.
But that's the crazy part about having two dysfunctional, like in a relationship, if it's dysfunctional, like two people are dysfunctional. And as a kid, that's all you have. So you look, you're like, is dad the right one or is mom the right one? And the answer that you'll learn a lot later, neither of them.
I will say this though, like,
Yeah.
you could have. I really do believe this. That if you could have like just being a kid is traumatic because you're like you don't know anything. You're in this crazy world, and then you're like growing up, and like it's just like earth shattering things every single time. So even if you have great parents, like your teachers are gonna traumatize you, other kids, the world, like it's gonna happen either way. It might as well come from your parents.
Well, but you didn't like anything. Here's the thing.
Is there a kid you think that is like beyond trauma?
No,
I think everybody has it.
I think when you meet people like who are like, oh, like my parents got divorced and that was super traumatizing to me. But if you tell them like what happened to you, they're like, oh, well, it's nothing compared. It's like, well, it's still the same feeling. It's just on different scales. So it's like that is what you experienced as the worst thing that's ever happened to you. So it's like that's that's still fucking painful. It's just that's why you shouldn't compare struggles.
Well, parenting, like anything, is easy until you do it.
That's why I never will.
I get that.
Wait, how many kids do you have?
I got 3. Whew. And I mean, it's
And how old are they?
12, 10, and 8.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How do you
So
do
I'm a whole
comedy
ass dad.
with the young kids?
I mean, I take every other weekend off.
Yeah.
I could tour every weekend, but I take every other weekend off so I can. I moved here for them, and I don't want to lose the reason why I moved here. Even if I'm becoming more successful in comedy, my schedule will always, until they're 18, it will be 1 weekend on, 1 weekend off.
Yeah.
That's just, and if that holds me back, then that holds me back. But I've got 2 legacies. I've got a legacy as a comic, and I've got a legacy as a father.
Ooh.
And so I have to take both with equal importance.
For sure. That's another deep quote.
I know you are very much. I wasn't expecting this. You're very much like good guy energy.
Oh, I'm a rotten person. I'm just trying to be good. It's an effort.
I love that. Also, my brother's 12. He's turning 13 next month, and I don't really talk to him. But I do. Do you have any tips on how I should get into his life?
Common interests.
I know. So that's what I don't know.
I like how you go, common interest. Like,
I think
How I can get into his life? How do I get him to subscribe? Because he won't listen to my podcast, and I think that makes him a bit of a
Sometimes
dick.
I text him.
Nathan,
and I'm like,
I had fun at this get together. Please like and subscribe.
Sometimes I text him. I'm like, "How's it going?" He's like, "Good." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what to say with this."
Yeah, but they're 12.
Yeah, my daughter
I
does
know,
the same
but
shit.
I know, but I don't want him to be like
Honestly,
21 and be
what
like,
I found
"Never knew."
out, you have to. Okay, there's 2 things that you could do.
Yeah.
Either suggest the crazy, which is the easiest way to get into a kid, to get a kid talking. So like, if you go like, "Oh, do you have siblings?" They'll go, "Yeah," and you're like, "How many?" You're like, 2. Like, interesting. But if you go, did I hear that you're? Well, actually, don't say this, but say it if you want. I heard your mom's a giraffe. They'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
So what I was
No,
like,
actually,
yeah.
she's an alpaca.
Yeah.
So what I was-
Explain yourself. So just say some crazy shit to your brother.
This is what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Because his birthday's next month. I was gonna get a card and then put $50 in it.
Oh, that's a flex.
And then also I was gonna maybe like send him like he can scan it on his phone and send him a comedy album.
And how old is he?
He's gonna turn 13.
13. I think I was just
'Cause I
starting
wanna
to
get him-
smoke weed when I was 13.
He's not like that.
Okay.
He's a good kid, and he's very funny. So I was like, maybe I can get him into stand up early. I can get him to want to become a stand up comedian, and then we can do a dueling brother act when he gets older.
A dueling. Oh no, honestly, I don't want you to be let down. But
Yeah.
your brother is going to become a doctor, and he's not interested. That's what happened to my brother.
Well, we have different families.
Well, my brother is the funniest person I know.
Whoa.
But he is like, "Oh, actually, I don't need to become a comedian because I'm going to become a doctor."
Yeah, but if you've seen Almost Famous, like he was going to be a doctor, and then she gave him the music, and then he was like, actually, I want to be a music journalist.
Like Kim Jong.
Kim Jong Un?
No.
Kim Jong Un.
Wait, that's Kim Jong.
Yep.
You're saying Ken Jong.
Yeah. He
Who's
was
that?
a doctor,
He was a doctor.
surgeon, and he found comedy, and then he became the little dick dude on The Hangover.
He did. Yeah, my sister will still say that to me.
Yeah.
What word?
Now, do you think I should?
Have you ever said that? What's the last time you said faggot or fag?
I bet he said in the last month.
Yeah, I probably said in the last month for sure.
Probably.
I'm not here to
for
lie.
Sure.
No, and
Probably for sure. I don't know. I
I
definitely.
mean, I'm really good friends with Ty Rivera, so I'll sleep it just to make him laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I forget sometimes. I forget about him sometimes, but every time I'm reminded, I'm always like, "This guy's so funny. I love that
He's
guy."
great, dude. I just took him to the airport a minute ago.
What? He's in Austin?
Yeah, he's here looking around. But
That's the other thing. Ty Rivera never hits me up whenever he's in town.
I think he was here for literally 12 hours.
Well,
He's off to Atlanta to work.
is he gay?
Yeah.
he's a gay comic from Las Vegas.
Yeah, he lives
cool.
in Vegas.
And he has the he feels like a very Tim Dillon, where it's like the approach is from over here, but
Yeah, Tim loves him.
you agree. Yeah, I'm
Tim
sure he
loves him.
does. I'm sure he does. Ty's one of those comics that you can actively disagree with what he's saying, but he says it in a way that's so funny that
You still love the way he's saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's one of those people that has a direct line to my funny bone. When it comes to like making me laugh, Ty can crack me up just by being like a little cunty.
Yeah.
It just like with a little flavor of like Salt Bay cunt. It'll get me rolling.
Have you ever done anything gay?
Yeah.
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 You didn't come
when
here to lie.
when I was younger, I think I was like 10 or 11. You know, I
Okay.
might have kissed a boy or something.
You might have kissed a boy or something.
Yeah, when I was younger, I think his name was Ty. Ironically,
Okay.
but yeah, I
T.Y.?
think I was like maybe 10.
TY, short for Tyler?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, his mom and my mom were friends, and I think we were just like being like little curious little boys. You know what I mean? Just give me a little kiss. Let's see what it feels like.
I remember. Okay, so I feel like I was that kid for a couple of other kids.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they see me now, and well, I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they don't even think about me. But if they did, I wonder if they're like, "Yeah, I did some gay shit, but it didn't make me gay. But it did make Colton gay." So what?
I am one hell of a kisser. I turned a man gay with one smooch.
Yeah. Dylan, did you have any questions for me? You said you wrote them down in your phone.
Okay, number one, that's not what happened. But number two, going afterwards. No, I thought our questions were for the guest.
Oh, okay.
Did you have questions? So that was your question to me earlier? That was your idea of half a... Colin yesterday goes, can you come up with half of a show tomorrow? And then he comes in with that one question. You remember the question was, John? No.
No, hold on. Hold on. I'm sure if you give me a second, I can get there. But you're right. Not off the top of my head.
And would you say that's half of a show, the thing he did? Because actually, don't you almost think that I've been kind of running the podcast in a way that's been like asking questions and directing it?
Well, yesterday I came in with some real negative energy, and I was really hoping that you would lead the banner. And I think you've been doing a great job.
I'm going to say
Was
this.
it, do you
Yesterday's
feel
podcast,
fear?
I don't actually
What was
think
the question? I don't even...
Failure, I think, right?
Failure. Yeah. Are you scared of failure? That was.
Oh, no. He asked,
That was half
are
the
you
show.
okay with being wrong?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
That was
right.
the question. Yeah.
And it's like he wrote that question for
That's
himself.
such a good question.
That's what you
also-
expected to be
Well,
half
then
the
no,
show.
Watch this half of the show. Interesting.
I'm going to
It's
say
been
this.
John's
I'm gonna
life
say
story.
this.
That's all I feel like I've spilled all my
but
life
then I
tea.
go, okay, when's the last time you were wrong?
I'm also going to say
When's
this.
the last time you
I'm
were
going to say
wrong?
this with a lot of love. Yesterday, the negative energy was not coming from me.
It was coming from me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I'm giving you the torch today to
Okay.
carry the positive energy.
John, I'm so sorry that we're fighting like this on the podcast. This is not okay.
This is why I'm
And
sitting in
this
the
is
middle.
not- this-
It's because you guys fight, and now I'm
it's-
being
this is
fought
not-
through. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I feel like my
Yeah.
mom is with my third stepdad again.
Which one's which? Who's who? Who's who?
What was his name?
No, I said who's who. Who's the stepdad? Who's your mom?
Oh, Colton's definitely the stepdad.
And I'm mommy.
Oh.
Love that.
I get that.
But I also
I get that. But also, when's the
Colton's
last
got
time
that
you were
pin up
wrong?
rage. You know what I mean? Like any
sure.
minute.
also I want to say this.
It's not
but-
pen up rage. I haven't come in 3 days, Dylan.
Are you serious?
No, it's been 2. It's been a hell. It's a hell of a Kratom's a hell of a try.
That's 14 days in gay years.
That is crazy.
When's the last time you were wrong?
Okay, I'm gonna say two things. When was the last time I was wrong? I mean, I'm wrong almost every single
Oh, do you
day.
want to play the game?
all the
That's the
time.
other thing I brought was the game.
Okay, wait.
I invented a game last night. Sorry, no problem.
No, by the way, before
I
we
guess I'm
even
an
play-
inventor.
Before we even play the game, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that it makes zero sense.
He
Okay,
also
so
sent it
also-
to us
I
at 1
am not
a.m.
expecting.
Okay,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
also,
and
I
also, I
know-
want to say when people say this, when people say, "Have you ever done anything gay?" We don't mean when you were a kid. We mean 20 and up because everyone did gay things as a kid. We were all hooking up with our friends.
Not really.
Okay.
Not a lot of gay shit.
Okay, and we're so
So
happy.
also
for that.
sometimes I don't know, and I don't want to ruin the rest of the podcast, but Dylan will go, Colton is saying things that don't make sense. But what he means is he doesn't understand.
yeah.
Okay, so don't let that fool you.
And also, I want to say that I think it's really cool that you haven't done gay things. I like my straight men to stay pure.
Okay.
If you were a hypothetical, you know the for $1 million question, but a
hate
reasonable
that
amount of
question.
money, but yeah, a reasonable amount of money, and what and who?
Oh, for gay stuff?
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
$20,
No, I mean, I've got a little bit higher for, like,
40,
I would say more like 45.
45 to do what?
With who is the question?
With whom? Is the question.
With Colton.
I don't really understand what you're saying.
See, try me a podcast with him.
Yeah, this guy's a freaking nut.
What about this? What about a huge hit podcast? Number one, you beat Joe Rogan's podcast.
For that, what would I do?
Ass sex for a year.
Oh, I would gay orgy it for the entire month of October.
No, a
You
year.
give me
You
a
have to-
podcast bigger than Rogan's?
You actually, what's gonna happen is actually you're gonna have to do ass sex, where you get butt fucked. But the problem is the first month you're gonna be like, I don't think this is even gonna be for me, and then towards the end it's gonna act like a curse, and after the year's over, you're gonna go, I think I still need to do it.
That's going to be my sober October. It's just 30 days.
We'll have you
of
back
lube and
next
cum.
year.
Is this podcast good because I'm getting butt fucked, or is the podcast good because it's gonna be-
Rogan and Ari and Tom and Bert put all the weed away, and me, I pull out the short shorts.
It's going to be one of those Greek flew too close to the sun myths, you know?
Icarus and Dudley.
That's exactly right. Icarus. That's exactly the guy's name who's butt fucking you.
No, his name's going to be Thickerus.
Yeah, Icarus.
Dickerus.
Icarus.
Wait,
That's a
so
good porn.
I do.
Dickerus?
Yeah.
I do have to pee, and when I get back, should we play the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also have to pee.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
well, we'll be back after this. And then we actually, usually what we do is we leave you here to come up with fake commercials.
No, what happens is it's just me and you, and then you start asking questions like, "What's going on between those two?"
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to ask some questions about those two.
Wait, okay, so you live in Austin?
Yeah.
Oh,
I live
never
by
seen
the
you
Arboretum.
around. Oh, cool. So how long you been here then?
Year and a half.
Oh, really?
I'm never here.
Okay, so you're always on the road?
Yeah, I'm always on the
Okay.
road. I work with Big Jay Oakerson as much as I possibly can. His crowds are just, I mean,
I'm like so jealous. Not like actually jealous, but to get to that point is just like such a dream, and like to see that, and yeah, just seeing him just
Yeah.
do like off the dome for an hour, and you're just like, what's going
It's
on?
stupid.
It's crazy.
it's
Yeah.
stupid. Just watching him roll. Because it's just like we're talking right now
Yeah.
to the audience. But he just knows. Like, he's got his own little fucking thing up there.
Yeah.
And it's like David Tell, it's a comedy wheel. And just spin it, and he's going to land on something gold. Mm-hmm. Yeah, working with him has been, it's honestly, I hate to be like cliche about it, but it's like, it is a dream come true.
Has it
And-
made you better as a comic? Like watching him?
Yeah, it's definitely like opened my mind to being able to go different places in comedy.
Oh, really?
And to realize that there are people that are out there trying to cancel you. But if you just stay as honest as you can about trying to find the funny in whatever you're doing, then there's going to be people there to fuck with that.
Yeah.
Because we have to do that. Like Dave Chappelle said it in a special, and why I agree with him and I disagree with him. You know, what he said was really genius. And he's like, comedians in the back of the room. He did that. I think it was at the Belly Room in the store, that special. Mm-hmm. He said, you have a responsibility to speak recklessly.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember that.
And I do. I think you have a responsibility to speak recklessly, but I think that comes with responsibility.
Yeah, for sure. You can't get a little too wild.
Exactly. I think
well thought out.
I think you should speak recklessly. You should say things that challenge the status quo.
Yeah.
That, you know, when Dave's doing all these trans jokes, you know, he's doing it because this is a new thing in our society that hasn't really been made fun of. Everyone's scared to make fun of this because people are saying, no, it's too sensitive to make fun of. But what Dave's doing is trying to break down the barriers that hold us together by making fun of people the way he makes fun of everybody else.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you ever think, I've been thinking about this a lot, of like in 50, like 100 years, you know, what media are we going to be looking at? And like, wow, that guy. And like Dave Chappelle's one of those guys that they'll like look back on and be like, this guy was so wise first time. He was like, I don't know. It's just crazy to think of how much media is out there and then like what people are actually going to resonate with in 100 years. And he's one of them. Yeah. Or that's what I think at least.
Yeah. I mean, there's comedians. Can you think of any comedians from the 1930s that you currently resonate with? No. Comedy is very generational.
Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like when there's like few comics whose like jokes last.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Very
when
few.
they do. Yeah. Oh, Colton, do we have any more batteries? Just because.
What else do you need, Trevor?
This is so fucking unprofessional to do it to us in front of our good friend John.
Well, I remember his name, but also.
He did that to you. He did that to you. I'm not upset
These ones
per
just
se.
start full.
Can we just work through it now?
These start full, and then one podcast they run out.
I got enough
So-
beef going on in Austin comedy.
Do you?
I don't want any more.
I literally don't have the energy to have beef, but it was so rude of me not to know your last name. And I do sincerely apologize. Oh, and he hasn't forgiven me.
We're good.
I had something in my mouth. I had to swallow, which really is the biggest form of forgiveness.
Yeah, oh, wow. Okay.
What is?
Swallowing.
Oh, do you have a preference what they do?
No. Once it's out, it's out.
Yeah.
The rest is on you.
That's true.
Literally and figuratively.
Sometimes when they go, they're gonna go. They're like, they keep on working. You're like, stop, and you have to hit them in their nose, or else they won't stop.
Cherry cheesecake.
Yeah, it's what?
That's a cherry cheesecake.
When you punch them in the face.
And then you come. Cherry cheesecake.
because it's bloody.
Yeah, and the cum, the cream. Cherry cheesecake.
I'll say
Never
this.
heard of it.
I haven't either, but I was feeling like a little bit of a cum whore all for the summer.
Okay.
for the whole summer.
For the summer,
For the summer?
I was a cum whore for the summer.
By the way, that's the way I handle every one of my gay friends telling me gay shit. I'm always like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I get a little high pitched voice with it, you know.
I sometimes when Dylan's like telling me about like a grinder hookup or something, I try and like actually like, oh whoa, yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
then my wife's
You love
like,
that.
my wife's like, what are you guys talking about? He's always bringing up this redhead with a giant dick.
You found White Zilla. You found a ginger with a big dick.
He actually told me that all gingers have big dicks, but I bring it up on every podcast.
I wonder because my dad had a huge hog and he was a ginger.
Your dad had a huge hog?
He was also 6'9", 300 pounds.
Whoa.
So,
But why were you seeing his hog?
I mean,
didn't
his
ever see
shower
your
didn't
dad's
have a
dick?
curtain. My dad lived
Whoa.
very poorly. So,
How
the
much
more
did he-
poor you are, the
Yeah,
more you see
that's
each other
true.
naked.
Poor you are, the more you see each other naked.
Was your dad hot?
I can show you a picture.
Yeah, I would love that.
I'll tell you what, he was.
He looked a little bit like Chuck Norris. If I'm being honest. Do you think Chuck Norris is hot?
I dated a dude, a redhead, notoriously small dick.
Really? See, I've heard gingers have
Smaller.
small dicks. And I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that most often they have a smaller dick.
Really?
I heard that redheads have a higher pain tolerance.
That is true.
Okay.
I've heard the vitamin
Oh well,
D
it's
thing
not true.
too.
But anecdotally, again, not about him.
I've heard the vitamin D thing where
He
they
actu-
don't need to, they actually don't need sunlight because gingers produce their own vitamin D. I don't know if that's true, but that was my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if he was a fucking, who's that,
That's me as a baby.
dude?
Wasn't I cute?
He made you. Oh, that's okay. Well, maybe. Okay,
I look
that's
a little
his-
gay.
But no, you look. I thought that
What do you
was I thought it was his sister.
You look really gay.
Like,
I look
he
gay.
looks. He
You look
looks.
like you look like a fat
I
ass.
don't know.
I
if
know, I
it's
do.
true. I don't know if it's true, but he has a
look at that little
braid.
John
Like-
booty.
Yeah.
Look at that little John booty.
That's a diaper. I can tell an implant when I see it. Yeah, you're
I
not
had
getting-
those Huggies injections.
So the game that I invented last night. If you guys want to play it,
Yeah.
it is. It's a mix between. I'll just explain it, and then you guys tell me if it makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, so the game is this. I list things at one of you.
Okay.
You say if you know it or not.
Okay.
So the game is quickly. It'll. If we just did colors, I'll be like blue. You go yes. Green. You say yes. I go topaz, and you say yes. But then he thinks you don't know what topaz is. So then you describe topaz. If you do know it, then you get one. You get 2 points.
So basically, it's like bullshit.
It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
It's exactly bullshit. It's actually called bullshit, Dave. So if he thinks you're
If you're
lying,
thinking of games like this, I'm thinking that you need more kratom.
what more? Brandon?
He thought of this at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just go. I'll start with just random things
Sorry.
because I didn't make a pre-list.
I told somebody I would be home at a certain time.
Well, this game's gonna take like 4
This
hours.
game, I think, will take 30 seconds.
Hold on, I got a text. I'm so sorry that I'm going to be late.
It's okay. So, do you think?
Dylan, do you understand the game?
I'm gonna try my best, Colton.
Do you have any questions?
I'm just gonna say yes and no if I know things.
No,
gonna
he's
say-
going first.
Okay, and so if I don't think
if
he
you,
knows,
if he says yes,
I can say bullshit.
yeah.
Okay.
But if he does know it, he gets 2 points.
Okay.
If he doesn't know it, you get 1 point.
Okay.
What are you guys playing to?
2 points.
Oh,
1 round.
Okay.
Okay.
Mussolini,
Yes.
penne pasta.
Wait, are you supposed to be doing it too?
No,
No, just you, honey.
It's
It's
just
just
me?
you.
And then I'm deciding whether or not you know it or not.
Okay, yes. Penne? Yes.
Mars bars.
Yes.
Bullshit on Mussolini.
Benito Mussolini, Italian dictator.
It's too late.
Cool. Then it probably would have worked out better if you had the topics.
No, NASA.
Yeah.
Everyone, you're in.
Okay. The word in German for dog.
No.
Damn it. Do you know it?
No.
The word in German for mom.
I'm not German.
Oh, okay. The word in Spanish for cookie.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Galleta.
Okay, so he gets 2 points and that he wins.
Whoa.
Whoa,
That
was
game's
an
fun.
See?
You were trying to be sarcastic, but at the same time, you come across genuine.
I know. It's a big problem of mine.
Do you want to do it?
Sure.
All right. Do you have a list, or do you want me to give you a list?
If you have a list of the game I just created that I ripped off the internet.
All right. Okay, here we go. The first law of thermodynamics.
Bullshit. He doesn't know it.
He knows it. It's a simple law.
Years. Do you know it?
Yeah.
You're saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're saying bullshit. Okay, that was a quick check. Actually, what you have to say is bullshit, Dave.
Just because you put Dave next to bullshit doesn't mean you created the game.
Yes, it does. It's a whole new game.
He's like, no, it's called Monopoly, Bob.
Yeah.
It's a completely different game.
It's actually psychotic what you're doing right now. Like,
It's called Yahtzee, Rick. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Bullshit is a card game.
Bullshit's a game.
What?
Bullshit's like an audible game.
How do you play it?
You say something and then somebody says bullshit. It's the whole fucking. It's like a drinking game.
Is it what I'm just
It's
pitching
kind of.
right
It's
now?
a little bit close.
It's close.
Yeah.
But no, Dave.
He's being so generous right now.
All right, tell me how to play bullshit.
I don't bullshit. I don't know.
Bullshit, I don't know. So that's right.
It's a card game version. So instead of a fact, it's like you lay your card down. It's gonna be like higher than the previous card.
I know the card game.
Didn't you just ask what the card game is?
If that was my question, it was a bad question. What's the first law of thermodynamics?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Isn't it?
Energy transfers to other energy.
I think that is it.
All right.
John, do you miss the country?
Right now,
Yeah.
I'd like to be churning some butter.
Yeah.
The
Do you miss?
country-
Did you? Are you from a small town?
I just did West
Yeah.
Virginia. Is it similar to Virginia?
I lived in Virginia, North Carolina, and West Virginia.
West
I
Virginia.
lived in all three.
I didn't think I was going to be able to get them to chant this, and I also don't know if it's illegal for me to get them to chant this. But that we were going to kill Joe Manchin.
Whoa.
Kill Joe Manchin. A crowd chanting that. Is that illegal?
It depends. Did they kill him?
No.
Then legal.
Then legal.
I'm a good lawyer.
Yeah, you're really good.
I feel like
Did you get into a lot of-
I wish I knew what the phrase in Arabic. I feel like Arabic is always chanting something like "death to something."
Yeah.
Like they'll be like "death to our prime minister," "death to the Al-Qaeda community," or "death to America."
Death to 14,000 Iranians. Oh, I'm sorry.
14 is 15.
15. Sorry. They added some?
Yes, and thank you for bringing up Iran. I get in trouble all the time for bringing up Iran.
Here's the thing. We talked about it the other day when you opened for me, and you were like, "Can I just go up and rant about Iran?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to stop you." And so I knew, I had it in the back of my head this whole time, when is it okay to plug Iran? And then I waited till the very end, where I knew Colton could have like a limited amount of time to rant about Iran, to bring up
I
Iran.
literally bring it up every
It's
single day.
nonstop. It's nonstop.
It's just so crazy to me. It's just like I don't understand why it's not affecting you. Why doesn't it affect you?
Because it doesn't affect you either. and you're wasting your mind space thinking about it.
That is the perfect thing everybody on social media needs to hear.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter to you either.
I'm just trying to be honest. Like, I'm trying to have a good time. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do in my life is have a good time.
have a good time too, but these people can't. I feel like what I'm seeing is just like raw injustice.
But what are you doing?
Bringing it up.
Does nothing.
Does it?
No.
Because if enough of us bring it up, maybe
That's like saying if enough of us vote, it'll
let
be
me
fair.
explain to you how much nothing it does.
Say it, John.
Okay. Do you
Sing
remember
it.
February? I think it was 2019. There was a group of, I think
I was still
it was
drinking
Nigerian schoolgirls that went missing.
Yeah.
And there was a hashtag, Free Our Girls. It was shared everywhere, right? Michelle Obama shared it. Fucking all these people shared this thing, and it had over 13 million shares in February. By March, it had went down to right around only about 100,000 people were sharing it.
Whoa.
Those girls were never returned. They were never saved. Nothing ever happened for them. That hashtag didn't weaponize a bunch of people to go take out gorillas in the middle of the jungle. You know what I mean?
That's not what happened.
What happened?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and it was Boko Haram. And what happened was, by the time it started trending, those girls had already been found. And so everybody was like worried about them, and it was the whole thing. But like the movement,
A lot of them were never found. Look it up.
Well, okay, people go missing every day.
I don't read the
That's
news.
the internet right there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, and also, I'm not sure what the thing I said was true either, but I'm pretty sure it was Boko Haram.
Are we doing the game? Are we still doing the game?
It's a fun
Yeah, you're
game,
supposed to be
isn't it?
calling bullshit right now.
Bullshit.
I think you just
Calling bullshit.
honestly,
Where's my button?
the whole premise of the game is actually like really good.
It is. Honestly, it is a good game if you genuinely thought of that because it's really popular already.
Trevor, you are such a good person.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Wait,
it
it's
sucks.
really popular already?
We both knew the game.
No. Okay, then
It's
explain the game to
basically
me.
two truths and a lie, just with only one truth.
No. It's not two truths and a lie. It's a list of things that you have to say whether you know or not.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a question for you guys, and this is I'm genuinely like wanting to know what your take is on the whole FIFA thing, with them like not letting any LGBT stuff come out, like no flags, no rainbow stuff, and like, what do you think? Because I feel like I know what Dylan thinks. This is
I think that's not the biggest story if we're talking about FIFA. I got opinions on this.
okay.
If we're talking about Qatar and the Qatari World
I
Cup
feel
and
like
what's going on right now,
I feel like there's three other pretty bad things about.
Well, kind of circling back to
let's
it
go
doesn't
ahead and just
affect-
start with slavery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
There we
begin
go.
there. Do you realize with the how the Qatari the stadiums were built?
Yeah, I watched the Real Sports on it in like 2016 or something.
That's how
Isn't that
long
crazy?
it's been going.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the largest human rights tragedies in the past 100 years. Like, I think what happened with Qatar and the Qatari World Cup is fucking disgusting.
What's crazy is that system of work employment is pretty prevalent in that area.
It's
Like,
not as prevalent in the
UAE
conditions that were created.
Yes,
in like,
the UAE is fucking like human rights violations down the yang, but we're like, oh my god, they built that island? Like, that's amazing. But it's all slave labor.
I'm not impressed by anything built with slave labor. That's just kind of who I am as a person. I think that everyone, if you're going to build something, you deserve to be fucking paid for it.
You hate the pyramids.
I'm not saying I hate the pyramids. It's cool that they're there, but I hate the way they were built.
Oh, me too. But
I
it's hard to know.
think you can like a building and hate the way it's built. You know what I mean?
I just wish that's when people go like, "Oh, I can't believe robots will take our jobs." I go, "Hopefully, because then I can stop worrying about me buying too much stuff on Shein."
Yeah.
You know? Then I don't have to feel guilty about all this shit.
I just think what they did, where they were taking passports from people in Tibet, India, China, and keeping the passports, not paying them, putting them in conditions that are like so less than desirable, it's insane, and forcing them to work every day, sometimes 16 hours a day. That's slavery.
Oh,
I mean, I get paid to work 8 hours a day, and that feels like slavery. I can't imagine doing 16 with no money.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I just did I ever tell you about the time during the pandemic where I got a real job?
I think it has come up.
It has come up.
Did you work at Sheen?
What? No.
Did you?
Actually, it really wasn't a real job. It was Microsoft Teams software support for Microsoft Teams, and basically, I just played Call of Duty the whole time, and then I invested in Dogecoin. Basically, that was my work experience. Except our trainers were from Nigeria, and like in Nigeria.
Did you ever
and
do
they
their
would be
accent to
like,
mock them?
you know how many hours I've spent with these people?
Do you have a good accent,
I
then?
have I had to do hours, like 40 hours a week, easily just hearing. All right, are you going to open your window, Colton? Are you paying attention? You guys have to. You have to listen, okay? Because when I was working, if you know Nigeria, you know Lagos.
Did he ever go? I am the captain now.
No, I did though. Every time he took over control of my screen, I was like, "You're the captain now." Because you know Lagos, you know the traffic, and I would come in on Saturdays and I would go work, and I would learn, and I'm like, "Yo, I go, hey, this is America, and if you ain't paying us, we ain't working, buddy." And they were so sick of us by the end of training.
Did you get out of training?
What?
Did you pass the training?
There wasn't a pass.
Oh, okay.
They literally.
There wasn't a fail.
Did I tell you this? Did I tell you? Oh yeah, I did. About how I
Because
lied.
we've learned that being wrong is different from failing.
It's true.
Thank you so much. That's a beautiful. Look at
Thank
that.
you.
All full circle of the podcast. Look at that.
Look at that. Hey, John, thank you so much for coming on this podcast. Do you have any
I haven't came yet.
questions for me?
Yeah, where'd you get those boots?
Yo, an old gay man gave them to me.
Did he, when he died, as he's dying, he was like, please.
No, he said
Keep
that
my
he could.
boots.
He kept on tripping on the shoelaces, and he said, "I'll break a freaking hip if I wear these. You can wear them. They'll look cute on you, anyways." And I've had them for over 10 years.
Did you have
love
sex
those
with
boots.
him?
Huh?
Did you have sex with
I've
him?
had sex. Wait, with the old man?
Yeah.
No, but he did kiss me once. And I remember being like, "Ron,
Wait, were you going to answer?
Ron, no, Ron," because he used to have like fuck boys around all the time, and I just remember him being like, "And everyone's so mean to Josh." I was like, "That's because Josh is a fuck boy, Ron."
Was he Joe Exotic? Because that's what he sounded like.
He was Joe Exotic, except he like millions of dollars in LA.
Wait, here's what I have to know. Was you going to answer the question
Red
as to
Wings.
how many guys you fucked in the boots?
Over 10.
You told me
10?
one time you've only had sex with 10 guys.
Yeah, I've had these for 10 years. Yeah, shut the fuck up. I said
That's one guy per year.
You almost said over
Over
20,
20.
and I was like, that's a lie.
Yeah, that's why I have this.
Did you know that Colton's had more sex with women than he has men?
Yeah,
I wouldn't believe that.
yeah, it's
50
true.
women.
When I was fucking women, it was
I
to
bet
prove
you were.
something.
I bet you were killing.
But
it.
I was fucking women to prove something. It was like, I need to find the pussy that makes me feel something inside. And I was like, none of these women are making me feel nothing. I got something to prove. And
It took woman 50 before you caught on.
well, actually,
I think it was more man one.
After I was with, I went like back because I thought I didn't really realize that somebody at a young age told me bisexual doesn't exist. Those men are just trying to hide something, and I remember being like, "That's facts now." And so then I remember being like so confused when I was like, I liked fucking women, but it wasn't like. I also just had this like, I'm gay too, but I was like, maybe everybody just has those thoughts. And so then I became gay, and I was like, oh, I'm only gay. And then I went back to bisexual, and then I just had been dating men.
Okay.
That's my journey. It felt long, and I was bored halfway through my story. That I wanted to stop telling. I was like, oh, just get to the end of this fucking story.
Well, thank you
of
for
my own
watching.
story.
I was riveted.
Oh, riveted.
Yeah.
Oh, by that, I am looking for more pussy. If you guys can email me, some of this is bad at you.
And thank you for watching Broke Straight Boys.
Have fun. Do you have anything to plug?
We'll be at Cap City with Big Jay, featuring for him first weekend of December.
Pow, pow, pow.
And then I will be headlining Plano House of Comedy Wednesday, December 28th. And I'll be featuring for Josh Adam Myers that whole weekend.
Woo!
Okay.
Go out and see those shows. It's going to be a good time.
And we have live shows all the time. You guys can check us out at somethisisbad@gmail.com or follow us on all the things.
Check us out at our email, somethisisbad@gmail.com. You'll find all the dates at the email.
Yeah, if you email us, hey, what about that date? I'll write you a letter back. It'll be personalized, and I'll probably sign it off.
We love you, bad boys.
Love you, bad boys.
This is bad.
Love you, bad
Some of
boys.
this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad.
To drag out horse.
No,